In this video, we're going to create the air rocket that we just investigated, and we're going to do it in such a way that we create multiple parts within one part studio. To date, we've been only putting one part in a part studio, but now we're going to put more than one, and I'll show you how that works and why we would do that. So here's a dimension drawing of the body tube, and you can see that it's a long cylinder that's 11¼ inches in length, and the right side, which is shown over here, is shown in a detail view here. And you can see it's a thin-walled cylinder with an inner diameter of 0.7 inches and an outer diameter of 0.8 inches. So we're going to make that, and it's open at both ends. So let's make that, and then we're going to make the rest of the parts based off of this tube. So I'm going to rename my part studio Air Rocket. And first, let's see, I'm going to place a sketch on the right plane. Press N to get it normal to me. And then I'm going to use the center point circle, and I'm going to come out 0.8 inches. And you can see that that's the outer diameter of this cylinder. And at this point, I am going to extrude in the other direction 11¼ and I'm going to accept that. Turn off the planes by pressing P, and I've got my tube here. This is a solid tube. It's not what I want yet, but it's getting there. I'm going to rename part 1 to body tube. And now I'm going to use a tool which I don't think we've used yet, called the shell, which is right here. And what it will do is remove the insides of a solid body and give it a certain thickness of the wall. And so our thickness here is 0.1 inches. So the shell is already set to 0.1, so the way I do that is I zoom up here and I click on that face and also that face and accept that, and that should give me my tube, although that looks thicker than I want. Let's check that. So will it tell me that diameter 0.8 diameter here, 0.6, I think. No, 0.7. So I guess that's right. It just looked a little bit fat, if you will. So Shift 7 puts me here. I still do think it's fat. Let me compare it against the one that I made earlier, which is right here. And I guess it's not. Okay, so we've got our tube, and that does seem too thick. So the way that we can find out what the heck is going on is just dump it into a drawing, and that'll be able to tell us. So we're at a scaling of about, well, let's make it a little less than that, 1 to 2. Put it there, and then the right view here, and let's just check it here. So the length, 11¼ and here if we zoom up, we get a diameter of 0.8, that's what we want, and here we get 0.6. I knew something was wrong. So what we need to do to get that correct is to go back here and change the shell, which is over here, change that to 0.05. 0.05. There, that looks better. And if I come back to that drawing and hit the yellow button to update, you can see that it updates. Okay, so that is the tube, and in the next, the pressure cap. And so the pressure cap, where is it? Well, I can come back to my original one, and I can turn everything off except for the pressure cap, and I can see what the heck it is. So there it is. It goes on top there. And I can also find somewhere here the drawing of the pressure cap. And there it is. So it's got a diameter of 0.8, it's 0.05 thick, and it goes right on top of the rocket. So let's do that. Here's where we're going to do things a little bit differently. So I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to put a sketch plane right on the edge of the rocket, like that. Left click, press N. And now I'm going to use this little button here called Use. So what this does is it takes the geometry that exists already, and it projects it onto my sketch plane. So you can see my sketch plane is there. If I turn off the body tube, I've got that circle there. So I've used existing geometry to help me make this part. And I think I can actually just extrude now that I've projected. Let's try that. So if I click extrude, yep, there it goes. And yep. So, but instead of add here, which is what we've been using, I'm going to hit new. So that's going to make a new part. Changes its color, and this is, if you'll recall, 0.05 inches. And I'm going to accept that, and you can see I've got my pressure cap there. So I'm going to quickly rename the pressure cap there. And so the key thing to notice here is that I've used existing geometry of the tube here to make the pressure cap rather than make it based on some drawings in another part studio. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there for this video, and we'll continue in the next one. Thanks for watching.